right, G McLeods, I'm gonna teach you how the basics, the very basics of Roll20, how to put in maps that you enjoy, how to put in evocative stuff that you enjoy. And anybody who's watching, you can kind of formulate your own design, how you like things. I purchase my own maps. I take maps from the internet, from anywhere.
Yeah, I need maps from anywhere to go in.
Yeah.
We were using Astral, but they've shut down officially. So this is great.
Let me just do a share screen right here. If you start Roll20, the defaults are typically not what everyone uses. So there's some issues there. If we go into settings for Roll20, your personalization display, that's where you put in your display name. That's what shows the bottom of the screen there. If you're in this game, you'll also see that audio and video, the video display will be up.
Okay.
So you want to click names only for your avatar. That means you see this DM Tauzy at the bottom there. That's just very small. If you make it large, suddenly,
handsome.
There's a picture. Yeah.
Must be an actor.
And then we go, this is audio video chat. If you go to master music volume, this turns down you, the DM, right? So if your sound is blasting off speakers and you don't want that to feedback, you turn down the master music volume. It doesn't turn down the players, it turns down you. And then we go into dice options. I click on everything so that when you roll dice, it rolls out on the screen.
Oh, that's rad. You're cheating on this side.
Exactly. Yeah, I roll open. Everything's open.
I have players that go like this, Mike. They're like, 20. Oh my God.
Oh yeah. I bet. I'm
like, really?
Is that it for settings? Yeah. Okay. So chat tech. This will be set to.
That's really strange about the music master because you wouldn't figure that out. It should say your master volume.
Yeah. It's not. Yeah. It's not everyone's master. It's your own master. Chat tech will start out as using their own video and audio. I select none because Zoom is just better. So I use Zoom all the time. Some people freak out because when you start up a Roll20, you're suddenly on.
I noticed that. I was on the box and I was like,
Yeah, it's the default is that it's on. So I turn that off.
Do you have to do this for every session, or once you set it, you're good?
Once you set up a game. And then you do have to turn it off every time. But once you're done with that game, every time you log back in, you're fine. I want to show you the settings of the actual game. On your front page, you'll see settings for your game. Click those, go into your game settings. There's a couple of things you should do. I would always select yes for allow players to import their own characters.
Okay.
If they're using Roll20 characters, that's valuable. And then we go down here. I would select things. This is all your personal preference, but I always do advantage toggle. And then I always do auto roll damage and crit. It makes the game go a lot faster when you allow that.
Yeah, because they just bam.
It's just there. It's all done. Yeah, exactly. And then I change some of these stuff, some of the bar 1, 2s, and 3s, what they're. When you pull out an enemy, it'll show up on the bubbles what you need. So I just set to my own preferences what I like there.
Man.
Yeah. But there's a number of different options you can play with here. Most of them you don't need to change, but I do change a couple of those.
Okay.
And here's a campaign that I'm working on called Sigil Curries in the Hive.
Oh, wow.
So once you have it created, you just create your game on Roll20. Go to games, create a game. You upload an image, launch your own game. We'll go into settings afterwards. We'll play with that afterwards. But you go into launch game.
Got this far. Oh, I get that unsupported browser thing that you don't care about that.
That's just because I'm using Brave.
Same
Brave. Here. Yeah, it's just better. So here's a gigantic blueberry pie. It's one of the maps. Nice. These are blueberry pie elementals.
Oh man,
it's a bit of a spoiler for my new material, but that's fine.
No,
that's totally fine. You can literally. I mean, I'm glad it's here because just showing you like anything can be the map. The first thing you want to do is kind of like go up here. You want to get familiar with.
How did you get to that? How did you? Oh, that little.
Go to the page toolbar. Go to your page toolbar. That'll show you all your maps that you're playing with. Yeah.
How did you import those?
You add them one at a time.
Okay.
So you'll go to create new page. You go to your tab, go to create new page, and that'll bring it down to the bottom. Click on that, and that'll bring up a blank page. And now this is kind of the trickiest part. There's really no one solution to this because you're dealing with maps that could be anything. You're dealing with maps that are like, some maps are made by certain companies that are easy to use. Some are not. Some of the graphs is broken and you don't want to use it. But let's just use an easy one. Let me type in graveyard. Let me find like a good one.
Now, are these all you have a graveyard stored already?
Yeah, like I just found one online, so I'm just using it. You can find this.
And you imported that prior to this?
Yes.
Right. So it's in your
Yeah, you just find it online, save it as a JPEG or PNG,
and how do you import these? How do you import that?
Go to my library, go to upload, and then you'll choose a file from your computer.
Can you drag multiples at the same time?
I think you can, yes. I mean, it's usually you can even do GIFs, although you have to consider like people with epilepsy, but those could be really cool. I think we're jumping into that actually. So here's a graveyard.
Okay.
And you'll see it's graphed. Like this image has a graph on it. So that's great. And it looks clean cut. The best way I've figured out to do it is to go back into your toolbar and look at the map. So this looks to be fairly equal in terms of its width and height, right? So we could just, title it graveyard. And then we go to settings and then just make your width like really big. There is a way to auto adjust it, but I'm just going to show you the manual way to do this. So the first thing we're going to do is click on Roll20 operates by 3 layers. It's got a GM layer, a token layer, and a map layer.
Okay.
So everything you bring out, the default is bringing it into the token layer. You'll see that in the upper left hand.
Okay.
Objects and tokens. What we want to do is put this in the map because this is your map, right? And now if we look at it, we can see the squares on the map need to be bigger, obviously.
Yeah.
So we just go to our map now. Now I'm playing with the map. Click on it, drag it, and now we'll just
over for us.
What's up?
When's AI going to take this over for us? Give us a map of a graveyard.
Just kind of playing with it. That's too big. Almost there.
I like how it snaps to the upper corner. That's really nice because on Astral it was just kind of floating in space.
Yeah. This is way too big for what we've created, but it is bigger than we need. So let's just go down to, I think it's 40 by 40 or maybe 35 by 35. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this is exactly right. I didn't have to move anything.
Okay.
Oh no, it's 30 by 30. This is a 30 by 30 map. Cool. So I'm just going to take out all the white and boom, we're done.
Great.
So there's your map.
Can you color the background black, like your map doesn't sit on white for the final gameplay?
You go into settings of your map. So you go here and you'll see you can duplicate the page if you want to create another one of the exact same thing.
Okay.
You can trash it, or you can go to settings and then go to the background.
Black. Got
and
it.
You can go to black. Yeah. We can go to our grid. This is our grid, and we can change the grid to transparent. A lot of people forget this. That just means that the grid's still there, but you don't need to see those white lines, right?
Because you already got your grid on.
You already got a grid. And you can bring in your tokens, and then
you upload tokens the way you do. It goes into your library, right?
Yes, those all go in your library, and those can resize. Yeah, and then there you go. You got tokens. You got a map layer. This is in your token layer, and then you also have your GM layer, which that just means only you can see it.
Okay, so when you're GMing, you've got the GM layer on, and so that negates do they have Fog of War?
There is Fog of War, yes. So you were asking all the good questions. Go back to your settings for your map, and then go down to Fog of War. Right, you can click on. I don't like dynamic lighting. Other people like it. I don't. I prefer everyone to see the exact same thing.
Yeah, why not?
It's a lot easier for me. But some people really like dynamic lighting. So that's
sometimes, like on a dungeon crawl, it can get spooky. So I would say every once in a while, but yeah.
So there, Fog of War is in. You can also do Fog of War by going to the reveal, this little cloud here, and then go to hide areas or reset fog.
Okay, cool.
If you go to reveal, you can just reveal blocks of it for your party. Or you can go to polygon reveal. I use polygon a lot more these days, and that's just kind of you can reveal whatever you want.
Interesting. So you're on the GM layer, so you're seeing where you revealed it.
This is now on the token layer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, reveal always happens on the token layer. So if a player's here, if they're this token right here, they can only see what
you've outlined.
What I've just outlined, yeah.
Astrolab had a radial focus on a token. So like they can move their token and they can see like 20, 30, 40 feet, whatever.
That's dynamic lighting. So Roll20 has that. Okay. I prefer to get away from it because
for the most part it's useless for me too.
I just like everyone to see the same thing.
Yeah.
It makes it more of a group thing as opposed to what your personal power is. It makes it more of a group mentality. So I enjoy that. But people like dynamic lighting. It's okay.
Yeah. So cool, man. Look at
yeah.
You're undead. You got them all in folders and stuff, huh? So you added folders and.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you add folders, put in whatever you want.
Roll20, what are the basic things that you need to buy, like token wise or whatever? Are you buying any of the packs or anything?
I have a lot of generous players, so they get me a lot of stuff.
Well, that's great.
It'll go into your premium assets, gotcha. Go to your marketplace purchases, and this is kind of what all my friends or players have bought me. The best thing I would say is traps.
Traps, yeah.
Traps is great, and spells is amazing. Wow. Faster caster spells FX. This is incredible. Just drag this bad boy in.
Yeah, it's like fireball.
And that is your that is your fireball. There it is, 20-foot radius.
Spells and traps. Oh, that's really cool, man.
Yeah.
And do your players ever do Hero Forge and then import the PNG?
Okay. Yep, I get that. The people post it on my Discord all the time. I get Hero Forge. That's what I would do. I'd make it on Hero Forge.
What's your Discord?
Oh, DM space Tauzy, capital D, capital M space Tauzy, pound 2334. Yeah.
Well, if we get it wrong, we can put it in the comment section. So
I'll do that. Boop.
So that you made Roll20 real easy. I mean, I've been on it twice. I really attempted it the other day, got stuck, and I thought, hey man, DM Tauzy knows his stuff really, really well. I should just see if he's available to help.
The biggest things you'll get caught up on are the layers, because even DMs who've been doing this for a long time get caught up on the layers. It happens all the time. You just forget that you need to be in select move and you need to choose your layer that you're in.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're going to have trouble on here. So make sure you're always in the layer you want to be in. And with tokens, so with this tokens that has a red bubble, green bubble, and a blue bubble, you kind of do whatever you want there, and then go into settings for your token. And this is how you can match up your token setting to your Roll20 character sheet. But I use D&D Beyond, so typically that doesn't happen.
You don't need the character sheet stuff, yeah.
Yeah, we just use
the same thing. I just need like a map and tokens, man. Don't make it crazy complicated.
That's all you need. That's all you need. Yeah. It's seriously, people overcomplicate it. It really is just like a place and things to populate it with.
Yeah, big time. I love that, dude. Thank you for sharing traps and spells. That's really cool too.
I would say get yourself a good. I've just acquired so many tokens just because people have played so much. The Roll20 starts with, I think they give you like a Pathfinder set.
Okay.
And then there's a player's handbook. If you have the player's handbook, there's a set there.
DM Tauzy knows we play Pathfinder. I'll be doing Star Wars, to be honest. So I have to figure that out and see what assets are out there.
There's tons. Yeah, there's so much. You can go to your journal, and then here you have, if you pull down monsters, it'll pull it into your journal. So if you pull down an ancient blue dragon, that's now in your journal to pull down into the game, right? You can add in characters, handouts, PDFs, or folders. And then if you do that, you can give your players permission to look at whatever they want.
That dragon you just dropped in, I can see all the hit points and AC or something, whatever
That's because it's the DM doing it. But yeah, normally players cannot.
Okay, good. Yeah.
They can. You can give them, say they like summon a monster and you want to give them control over it. You want to hit Alt, double left click the dragon.
Okay.
That's how, so hit your left Alt, double left click, and then we go into edit. Yeah. And now you can click into all players, and this can be edited and controlled by all players. That puts the blue dragon. Now all the players can see the blue dragon.
Okay.
And now you'll see it on the journal. You'll see like a little blue dot next to it.
Yeah.
That means it's being broadcast to all the players.
Everybody can see it.
Yeah. Okay. So now they can see all the stuff.
For those that have played with me, I usually kill summon animals immediately because you never know the animal. Maybe I'll allow you to start playing them. Look at this. Roll20 is letting me do it. Let me ask you one thing. So when somebody else signs in, you send them a link, right, or something, and then you have to pair up their token to them, right? So that you do the same edit function.
Yeah. So you go to the settings and you go to controlled by, and then it'll have another player on here. Once you give them permission, and they're playing the game, they're logged on, then they have permission to move that token around. Yeah.
DM Tauzy, you couldn't make it look easier. I'm sure I'm gonna hop in and be like, oh shit, what the hell?
Send me a line. I'll be like, yeah.
Well, we will talk to you soon. Thank you so much. That was a DM Tauzy's easy guide to Roll20, which I've had a lot of trouble with. So thank you so much for that.
You'll get it, dude. You'll get it. Yeah, shoot me a line if you need anything else.